Live from the Inland Northwest News Leader, Tom McArthur, Mary O'Connell, Trudi Strain, and Paul Seebeck. This is KREM-2 News.
Good evening, everyone. Spokane hosts its biggest event of the year. The first Sunday of May is Bloomsday.
The race begins with a bumpy start for some, a surprising finish for others. KREM-2 sports reporter Paul Seebeck joins us with a look at the race live from our newsroom. Paul?
Tom and Mary, Bloomsday 1988 gave us plenty of spills and lots of thrills. The first 15 seconds of today's race overshadow a course record performance by men's winner Peter Koech.
An amazing mass of humanity at the start line for Bloomsday 1988. A bizarre beginning, though, for this year's race. The Bloomsday starter apparently misfired the gun early as officials scrambled to get out of the way. Seconds later, the back end of the media truck collapsed, causing confusion and chaos.
Get to the side!
It was wild. I never seen anything like it. It was crazy.
Get to the side!
I think it happened so fast that no one really panicked.
We never got back on the truck, but thanks to KXLY TV, we can show you what happened on the course. Former Washington State Cougar Peter Koech took the lead early at the 2-mile mark and held it the rest of the way. At Doomsday Hill, he was strong, and it looked like he might win going away. But pre-race favorite Matthews Marchsuarte caught Koech with a mile left and tried to pass the Kenyan a couple of times. But Koech outkicked Marchsuarte, winning the 12th Bloomsday in a course record of 34:22.
I thought, well, this guy has been chasing me all the way. He must be tired. So I thought I could let him come and then take over again. And I did that, and I left him behind again. But he's too tough. Even at the last 50 meters, he was still there. And I put all that I had.
Paul McCloy of Canada outkicked two-time champion John Sinclair in the battle for 3rd and 4th place. For the women, Ann Audane is still Bloomsday's first lady. The New Zealander who lives in Boise wins for a record 6th time. She's never been beaten here. Beat the field by 47 seconds in 39:35.
Oh, it's getting to be very emotionally draining for me. And I kind of run scared, and I get out there, I just do the best I can, and it's an overwhelming feeling coming into the finish again, and it's 6 for 6, I'll take that.
The wheelchair winners are the same as last year's. Craig Blanchette defends his men's title, while Candace Cable-Brooks wins for a 5th time, extending her winning streak to 32 races.
So another chapter is written in a 12th Bloomsday is now history, and never a dull moment in covering these things. That's for sure now, Tom and Mary.
Paul, you were among those on the camera platform when it collapsed. Were you and the others hurt at all in that?
No, I didn't. I actually didn't fall off. I was one of the lucky guys, and then when I saw that everybody looked like they wouldn't get trampled, I kind of jumped in to try to save the equipment. But nobody was hurt seriously. One of the KHQ photographers had some bumps and bruises, the guy that hit the pavement the worst. But other than that, fortunately, everybody survived and they'll live through another Bloomsday.
That's good to hear. Thanks, Paul. We'll check back with you in another couple minutes.
All right.
In other Bloomsday news tonight, one Spokane man is recovering in a hospital tonight after he collapsed at the Bloomsday finish line. The 69-year-old man was treated at a first aid station and quickly taken to Deaconess Medical Center. He is in stable condition tonight. Until tests are complete, doctors won't know exactly what caused the man to collapse. He is in the coronary care unit of the hospital. Per the patient's request, the hospital would not release his name.
Bloomsday 88 was the culmination of months of work by both the organizers and many of the participants. John Phillips caught some of the last-minute preparations early this morning.
They rolled out the street barricades and the snow fencing first thing this morning.
You gotta go there.
There were dozens of last-minute registrations to take care of at the convention center. The hallways were packed as scantily clad runners escaped the near-freezing temperatures outside. Runners arriving early had no excuse for missing Sunday church services. There was one outside if they didn't mind a little snow. Despite the warnings not to overdress, some were ready for the morning chill.
Well, we're planning on shedding some clothes throughout the duration of this course. In fact, I hope to catch some really good sights here along the way. So,
what are you going to do with those clothes? I mean, are you going to carry them with you?
Well, anybody that would steal sweats laying on the streets is pretty hard up, I would think.
The Exchange Club performed one of the early chores, moving the secret Bloomsday T-shirts into place. Face down even before the race, only a select few have seen the 1988 design for 57,000 T-shirts.
And then we opened the trucks, and that's the first anybody's seen them.
Runners, you're going the right way. Please keep moving east. You can enter the start area from the rear.
As runners moved into place, they shunned breakfast. Some were lucky enough to get to the front of the start line to ensure a good start.
You got to get up real early and just fight your way to the front. We got here at 7:30, and well, there was plenty of room to stand, so we've been here ever since, having fun, telling jokes, and...
As the clock ticked toward the start, everyone was in place, ready or not, including those on the ill-fated media truck.
Bloomsday, 1988.
Besides being a participant sport for 57,000 people, it's also a spectator sport. With that story is Trudi Strain.
Bloomsday gapers have to be just as prepared as the racers. There's your essential wool blanket to protect against the 37 degrees start time temperature. And you'll also need a good sturdy lawn chair, and a creative idea doesn't hurt either.
No, it's kind of a private log here. I was a little concerned about taking a swim, but I don't think I will, so.
Don't forget to pick out a prime location to watch the race unfold. And what better place than the top of Doomsday Hill?
Well, we've always been downtown, in several places down there, and seeing the start and finish. And we figured we wanted to be out with the blood and guts out here where all the pulling is going to be done, and so that's where we decided to be.
It's kind of gorgeous too. You can cross the bridge and come clear up the hill, and it should be thinned out a bit by the time they get here. Yeah.
Now we're ready, waiting anxiously for the leaders to come into sight, for the first of the wheelchair racers to hit the hill.
Oh, it's so neat. It's such a neat feeling. I was telling my sister this is the first year she's been here. But when you see the wheelchair, when you see those guys come up and their whole bodies are just, you know, it's just unreal. It was fantastic to even be a part of it, just being able to watch and holler and scream and tell them to, good job.
Bloomsday isn't just for the runners. Those of us on the sidelines, well, we have a job to do too. You see, when these runners hit the top of Doomsday Hill, your heart takes an extra beat, and you just can't help but clap and cheer. Come on! Go! Go!
Okay, gang, you're looking tough.
Some runners have the luxury of their own cheering section, like the kids at Adams Elementary.
Go! Come on! You can do it! Don! Go, Don! Good job!
Adams School has a Bloomsday training club. There's about 100 children that have trained for about 6 weeks, and quite a few of the staff members, and they'll all be running today. And so we always have our sign up here for them and tell them to look for us, and we cheer them on.
But most everyone else, including a few dignitaries, get the standard pat on the back and encouraging words.
Right, you made the hill, you're doing great. Remember the water station. Woo!
Trudi Strain, KREM-2 News.
For all of you who were on the sidelines cheering us on, thank you very much. You ran, I walked, and we both made it.
And we have T-shirts to prove it. You know, Trudi didn't see us on that Doomsday Hill. We were there, Trudi, and we have the T-shirts to prove it. Let's check in with Trudi, and she'll tell us all about the weather.
Oh, I believe you two completely. It's Dave Selesky I'm worried about. You know, nobody has seen Dave Selesky. I'm a little concerned. If Dave, if you've crossed the finish line, give me a call. Let me know you're okay. And we'll check on those current conditions outside. Things actually shaping up kind of nicely right now. We are under mostly cloudy skies, but that sun is starting to break through. Temperature near 50 degrees. Dew point at 18. Winds out of the southwest 17 miles per hour. Barometric pressure 30.15 and rising. Our humidity at 28% and just a trace of precipitation in the last 24 hours. So that's our new total for the early month of May anyway. The overnight low near 28 degrees last night, a good 11 degrees off our norm, and the high today up to 55, still well below our norm of 62. The record low set back in 1954, that 24 degrees, the high of 83 degrees set in 1931. Not a big change as we check in with the region's highs this afternoon over what we saw from yesterday. We are seeing temperatures in eastern Washington climb just a little bit into the mid-50s and low 60s, a warm 62 in Moses Lake this afternoon, and that sun starting to peek out throughout most of the day. Temperatures on the west side of the state a little bit cooler than yesterday, high near 50 degrees in Seattle today, and a little bit of drizzly weather from Olympia down through the Portland area. You can see the Pacific Northwest continues to be the cool spot throughout the nation as temperatures dropping into the mid to low 30s throughout Montana and Wyoming. As a storm system pushes across that area, they're going to see a little bit of a snow shower in Colorado Colorado this evening as temperatures there drop into the 40s and 50s. Summer-like conditions, though, managing to hang on throughout much of the southeastern states, up into the 60s and 70s across most of Louisiana, Alabama, and finally, most of the rain showers throughout that area now pushing offshore. We are picking up some heavier rain showers, though, in southern Florida. In fact, 3 inches of rain in Key West fell in Key West this afternoon. Now, as we check in with our forecast for tonight, look for partly cloudy skies. Oh, I'd say we've got about a 20% chance of a shower or two. Our low tonight near 32, a little bit warmer than what we saw yesterday. Things starting to stabilize, but we are under a very unstable weather pattern at the moment. And I'll give you all the details in the extended forecast when we return in a little while.
Sounds good. I hope she's not going to be telling us there's snow showers.
We'll see in a couple minutes. Just around the corner of KREM-2 News tonight, the spotlight of national television shines on a local missing person.
And things are back to normal at the Area Nations Church after the pastor is acquitted of federal charges.